Welcome to the Hustle and Heart podcast. It's Brittany again. This is Lauren and Melissa with Legacy Mortgage. Welcome. Happy to have you guys.
We're happy to be here.
All right, so how did you and Melissa meet?
So we met through our mutual friend, a dear friend of mine, introduced us. They became friends with through work, and then she introduced Melissa and I, and we just hit it off and been besties ever since. And that was about 4 years, no, 9 years ago. That was about 9 years ago.
Mm-hmm. Now you guys work together?
Yep. Yeah. Yep, as of the last month, and I'm so excited about it. I love it.
Yep, we're a good team, for sure.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You want to tell how we met?
Oh, that's a fun story. That is a fun story.
I love this story.
So, we have this friend, Melanie. I've known Melanie since early high school. And so, Melanie is very right here, right now, where you're doing this. So, she's a very impulsive person, and I love her for that.
Sporadic.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need that.
Yes.
A lot of spontaneity.
Yeah, spontaneity, yes. So she was like, "Hey, you need to come down to Texas." And it's like that's a regular thing. It's always, "Hey, you need to come down to Texas." So
right now.
Yeah. So then and I was like, "Okay." I didn't have anything better to do. So she texted me and she's like, "Here is your itinerary and your flight, and you are meeting Brittany at the airport with her 2 daughters. I want you on the plane, and you guys are leaving in like 3 days."
She's probably like, "Who's Brittany?"
Yeah. So I texted her. I was like, "Hey, apparently we have a trip planned."
Right. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. 4 a.m. My mom comes and picks me up, and then we go get Brittany and Emily and Taylor. First time ever meeting. Everybody goes to the airport, and we just had an absolute blast in Texas for a week.
Oh, that's awesome.
Though. Yeah.
She calls at 4 a.m. Hi, beautiful. I'm like, oh, I already like her. 4 a.m.
We can be best friends now.
Yep, and we were.
We were, yeah.
That's awesome.
I think my first impression of Melissa when I first met her, I'm like, "Oh, who's this? She's pretty," And you're like, "Oh, this is one of my best friends." And then I'm like, "Oh, she's so nice,"
Mm-hmm.
Usually people like look at pretty people and be like, "Oh,
that's common." She looks like a bitch.
Yeah, like
I
resting
hate
bitch
that.
face.
Like I don't like. Yeah. Like I'm a pretty quiet person at the beginning, so I think that gets read as like snooty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like, but I'm not trying to be. I'm just. I'm so
we
sorry.
are very approachable people.
Yes,
I promise.
Yes. I don't know. I was a little intimidated by you.
Aww.
You look like a model.
You're
right
a
back
force
at
to
you.
be reckoned with. Like literally, like, you walk in and you take the whole room.
She
like in the
radiates
best
confidence
and happiness.
Beauty.
Like there's no icky feeling.
No
when
itch,
she
no
walks
cringe.
in.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah,
that makes me happy.
Yes.
Take it till you make it, right?
Yep, that's the game.
My life motto.
Yeah.
I really realized what Lauren did for a job. I just thought you worked at a bank.
You know how for like people do that for years, and so many people think I'm a rude. Come on,
No, that's what we were at Justin's brother's house, and his brother, his friend, whatever, was like, "Oh, so you're a real estate agent?" I'm like, "No, I do mortgages, but thank you."
You do the math.
Yeah.
The money.
The puzzles.
Yeah.
Make
Stuff that
work.
I want nothing to do with, to be honest.
It's a math, but it's kind of cool because nothing's ever the same.
Right.
Every single file is a whole different thing.
Yeah.
And I think that's why I like mortgages so much. Because at previous jobs, I would get bored. Because I'd learn all the things, and I was like,
Just
I don't want to do this. And you can't. Every single file is different.
What was your hardest file? Are we allowed to talk about that?
Yeah, as long as I don't say anything. Right. No, I think I had a borrower that was in a Chapter 13 bankruptcy, and they were going to lose their house that they were living in. They were renting it, and getting ready to sell it. And she went to other lenders, and she was like, "I keep getting told no. Everybody says that it's impossible." And I'm like, "No, I got you. Like, I've got you. And we ended up closing. Everything was fine. But at the very end, something popped up. And it got real sketchy on it. We could get it closed. And we ended up figuring it out and everything. But that one is so close to my heart. Because I was so worried about her. Because she tried so hard to get out of this bankruptcy and get her credit good and like get her family in this good spot. And now she was finally there. And I was like, I can't let this go away. Like, she has to get this. She's worked too hard.
You're like, I gave her my word.
Yeah, I did, and I was like working overtime for this, and we ended up closing and everything. And then she sent me flowers, and she sent me a really nice note saying how like I changed her life, and I believed in her when nobody else would. And it sits in my car for like my hard day, so it's like right on my
As a
speedometer,
reminder.
and I'm like, that is why I do what I do. It's I changed her life
Yeah.
in a good way, and I feel like often people forget about the little guys, and I never want the little guys to be forgotten about
I get that.
because like we've all been there where things, our finances weren't perfect, and things happen, and I don't think that they should be forgotten about for that. Yep, that was a good one.
So I've got my toughest file was a 19-year-old girl. She came to me and told me that her dad had passed away, and she was living in his house and couldn't let it go. And she's like, I've been paying all of the bills and taking care of everything. She's like, but this is the last thing I have of my dad. I can't let it go. So I was doing what I could to help her refinance. She was 19 years old. She had a good head on her shoulders. She was working really hard. I think she had 2 jobs. She was just doing what she had to do at that age to make sure that she didn't lose everything her dad had worked for. And she didn't have a lot of credit history. So it was really difficult. I took it to management, and management took it higher, and they said no. And I was chewing on it like a pit bull. I couldn't let it go. So I did some more research, looked up some more guidelines, got like in elbow deep in this file, and turns out we could use the bills that she had, the household bills. We could prove that she'd been paying everything for a year. So I took it back to upper management against management advice, and they said, this one's on you. Do it. So I called her. She cried. I cried. We became very close over this process because this was like a 4-month process, and they had started the foreclosure proceedings on this house. And she got the letter and called me and was just hysterical. And I'm like, I got you. Just chill. Like, I got you. So fast forward, we finally get to closing. She didn't know I was going to be attending closing, and I didn't tell her. So her and her brother are in the closing room, and I walk in, and she turns around and instantly just starts bawling. She like put her head on the table. She's like, nope, I can't do this right now. And then she stood up and gave me the biggest hug and just cried on my shoulder. And she's like, thank you so much. She's like, I can never thank you enough. And like we became little besties after that. She was just the sweetest kid, and that is, like you said, why I do what I do.
100%. It is worth all of the stress and everything when you get to that finish line and you really help the people that are trying so hard to help themselves.
It's such a good feeling, and I feel like a lot of people that aren't in this industry, I feel like they don't see those things.
Right. 100%.
It's just pulls at your heartstrings.
It does, and it's a lot of fighting for them and
Mm-hmm.
digging through the guidelines to find the loopholes to be able to get them where they need to go, and which loan program we can pull that off with.
Mm-hmm. All right, so between the two of you guys, who would you say is the most dramatic in a transaction?
Probably me. Maybe. I
Do
don't
you
know.
agree?
I feel like we all get a little dramatic and feisty because we get very protective over the file.
Yeah.
So if we see something come through us, right, I don't think that it's right. I'm gonna check the guidelines first, so like I've got that behind me. But
Yeah. I mean, I think passion is a part of the job.
Okay.
If you're not passionate about this line of work when you're in it, you're not going to succeed.
Yeah.
So getting passionate in these scenarios is super common, I feel.
Absolutely. They're not all easy transactions that don't raise blood pressure a little bit.
I don't think I could survive in the line of work.
It's a lot, but it's so rewarding.
Yeah.
Incredibly rewarding.
Once you get like hit that finish line. Like,
Yeah.
oh, that's great.
Yep. And you're just like, I couldn't make it in the healthcare field, but this is my way of helping people.
Yep.
Yeah.
That I'm good at.
I love first-time buyers. Those are my friends.
Mhm.
Because they don't know anything. And it's terrifying.
Mhm.
And I just like look back at myself when I bought my first house, and it is terrifying. You're like, what is going on? Why are you asking me all these questions? Why do I need money for this?
Why do they need to know
Yeah,
that?
like, why are you taking that? How many documents do you need?
Yeah.
Like, so I really like putting them at ease from the very beginning. After I take their application, I'm always like, you can text me, you can call me, you can email me. I don't care if it's 8 o'clock at night. I don't care if it's a Sunday. Like, I'd rather you ask me 8 million questions that you think are dumb and me answer them and you feel at ease than just like sit there and be stressed. Don't be stressed. Just call me up.
When we bought our first house, Corbin was actually my agent, and I was not in the real estate field. I think I was in the dental field at that time, but I remember I had like questions. It'd be 2 in the morning. Sometimes I just don't sleep. My brain does not shut off, but I would text her at like 2 in the morning, just something random, and the iPhone came out with like this great feature where you can schedule sends for your text messages. So I use that a lot now. So before the lending job, what did you guys do before that?
I was a mover. I
Like
traveled
2 men in a truck mover?
essentially Atlas Van Line. Yeah.
Aw, isn't that where your brother works?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. So I rode around the country in a semi truck, packing up people's
The
houses.
country?
Oh, the country.
Not
I've
the
seen
state?
all but 2 states.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, I saw your Facebook post about that, and I'm like, how's she been to so many states?
That would be it.
Okay.
Yeah. Driving around the country, looking, smelling, sleeping, working, looking like a man, and packing up people's houses and moving them across the country.
That's why I call you for deodorant advice. I'm like, what is a good deodorant to use?
I use men's deodorant. Always
I
have.
use
I
Old
know.
Spice.
Yep. Cracking guard.
Yes.
Aluminum free.
I have that one. And I have,
See, I
I
like
think,
the aluminum. I know it's better.
Right.
you live one life.
Yeah. I'm like, everything else is getting you too. You're
Right.
going to go with the better deodorant?
Yes, apparently.
Yeah, that's the new thing. Carcinogens.
Yes, we love Chris.
They're my favorite.
She's my I call you a health nut, respectfully. She's my health nut. So if she doesn't know, she says text my mom.
Yep.
I
Yeah,
text
your
your
mom
mom.
definitely knows. I remember anytime we were there.
Mhm.
Vitamins.
Those are supposed to be really
Every time
good
we'd
for
be
you.
drinking,
Yeah,
she would
she
give us
just
milk
walks
thistle,
around.
liver
Yep,
refresh.
yes.
Yeah.
Every time I'm always like, thank you. Thanks for looking out.
Yeah, for my organs.
And then it like surprisingly helps with hangovers too.
Yeah. Shout out Mama Light.
Yes. Thank you, Mama Light.
What did you do?
That's wild. Yeah. What did you do before lending?
Well, I did work at banks and credit unions as a teller for a bit. And before that, I worked at a newspaper. I worked at the Oakland Press for like 2-3 years.
Like back in the 60s?
It seems like that. It does seem like that because I worked in the classified.
Are those
So,
even like a thing
I
anymore?
don't know. Because I dipped out. So I was like, yeah, this is a dying breed.
That was fun though.
But yeah, it was interesting. It was interesting. We did 4 different states. And so like I had to fly to New York and train them on how to do stuff. And it was a
That'd be
cool,
fun.
interesting job. And like I got to see how they like printed the newspapers and stuff like that.
Oh,
They
that'd be
do
cool.
it right there. But yeah, that's what I did. Learned how to type really fast.
How many words per minute?
I've never really actually typed it, but you know, pretty quick.
So say you had like a situation where you had to deliver bad news to one of your guys' clients. How would you handle that? How do you go about it? Are you like blunt to the point, or I
As
think
gentle as possible.
because I'm that person where I'm like, this is how it is, and I'm sorry, like your feelings. I'm like thinking business in my head. I'm not
Right.
thinking of like that's why I don't think I can survive. Like I don't want to coddle them,
Right.
and I'm a very blunt person, so it's like
So the first time I ever had to turn down a file and tell someone I couldn't help them, I cried.
okay.
He cried, I cried. It's definitely something to get used to because it's not easy. It's not easy, like, feeling as though you're shattering somebody's dreams or, like,
It's like a big life change.
it is. And not being able to help when you have so much empathy for these people and you've been so involved with them, it's really difficult to break that bad news to them, to tell them, I can't help you. Because you want to help everybody.
Right. Yeah, it's not easy anytime. So, like, just giving them a call and getting straight to the point because they don't want you to, like, beat around the bush. They want to know. And honestly, most of the time they already know because it's their finances. They know the situation that they're in. For example, I had one that we were under contract and everything, and he found out that he hadn't filed taxes, like, ever. And I was like, can you get them done? Like, now?
do you not file
And
taxes?
he was like, no, I don't have time to get them done right now. I don't know how much it's going to cost me. Like, I don't know what to do. And he's like, I knew this was going to bite me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can't do anything until you file your taxes. I'm so sorry. And like, it's just because they know, I know, but it doesn't make it any easier to have to be like, sorry.
So you guys are like having to do like a deep dive, like almost like a background check on these people.
We get a lot of information, that's for sure. I'm always like, it's okay. Just one more document and like your firstborn. It's fine.
Just need a little blood sample.
Yeah, no big deal. We're just checking everything.
For a little extra security, we might need your left arm, but I swear that's it.
It'll grow back.
It'll be fine. Don't worry, you sign with the right.
Yeah.
All 3,000 papers.
All right. So, what is the biggest myth when it comes to loans?
That you need to put 20% down. That's not the case. We have all different kinds of programs. Some that you don't have to put anything down. That doesn't mean that there's not closing costs, though, which is a common misconception too. They're like, oh, if it's zero down, then I've got no closing costs.
I don't have to pay anything.
That's not.
Yeah. I feel like a lot of people are, since it's not their realm, it's like they're, I don't want to say uneducated, it kind of sounds rude, but they are just unaware of like just everything that comes with a loan.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, people don't. It's not common knowledge. The mortgage world is not common knowledge.
No.
So another misconception is that you have to have a 780 credit score, a 700 credit score, and that's just not the case.
Mm-hmm.
We can work with lower credit scores, and there are other benefits to bolster that. So if they've got lower credit but they've got their assets, it's all a puzzle.
Okay, so like say I had like a 550 credit score. How do you work with that?
I can typically tell you what to do to build it up quick. We also have a system that we can run it through, and it'll say, okay, if they pay off this, or if they do this, then it'll boost their score by 75 points, 20 points, 5 points. And then we also have something called a rapid rescore. So, like, let's say what's killing you is your credit card debt. And you go and you pay all your credit cards off. And then you're like, okay, well, in 30 days, it'll report. I don't need 30 days. Give me the documents from the credit card company showing you have a zero balance. I'm going to submit it to the credit bureau. We're going to rapid rescore that and get your score up. And let's go.
I didn't know that was a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Most people don't talk about it, but it's a thing.
I'm glad we're talking about it.
Yeah, lots of resources.
Credit cards are the devil.
They are, and they get people all the time.
Yeah. How has real estate changed you personally, like in your daily life or the way you approach certain situations?
I feel like I'm a little more patient with people because not very many people are familiar with the real estate world, and I don't have patience ever. So it's like I learned to just kind of like go with the flow in some situations because they might not know, and I have to keep telling myself, oh, they probably don't know, and I just expect people to like know it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's bad. Um, I don't. I do not do much real estate, but I feel like being in this industry, I've learned to not be such a control freak in a way, but also at the same time, I am slightly OCD with things being how they need to be, like perfectionist. Is this therapy? Am I like?
You're on the couch and everything. That's what we're here for.
It is difficult to remember that they don't do this every day.
Yes.
We do. And you have to remind yourself of that in all transactions.
Yes.
Because you know things, but you have to remember that they know nothing.
Right.
Typically.
That is,
So.
I think, the hardest part for me is remembering that they don't know this stuff.
Yeah.
Or
Or the dads. When they come in after the fact, I'm fine if you're there.
But the inspection.
The inspection is when they come in and they ruin it. And they ruin it every time. I'm like, oh, this feels good.
Like, this is not your job. Yeah. But what was the question? Oh, okay. So I feel like the real estate industry, since I don't really dabble in doing transactions, I do all like the back end work and the marketing and whatnot. But I think it changed me in a good way because I've developed more patience for people. I feel like it's helping me professionally and how to address situations. I've gotten better with my verbiage on how I talk to people, and I think my multitasking has increased. Like, I'm just the queen of multitasking. I can be, what was it, yesterday, I'm trying to, like, swap the slides on the slideshow while getting Sammy her yogurt out of the diaper bag, which was in the lunchbox, or the lunchbox was in the diaper bag, and I was unzipping things while trying to use my phone to, like, navigate the slides for Corbin, and I'm like, I just am constantly doing something, but yet remaining calm about it. Yeah, I think I say juggling a lot. I think that's where it helps.
What about you?
It has brought me out of my shell in so many different ways. It has pushed me to be uncomfortable and be comfortable being uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because so many times I have to walk into a room with nobody that I know. And now I've got to, like, sell my work, basically. Like, I'm good at lending. Like, you want to work with me? People already have their lenders. And, like, I'm not like that. I'm very introverted, and I didn't want to do that at first. And now I have no problem with it. And I used to hate being on the phone. And now I will call so fast. Like, I have no problem with phone calls. Yeah. And before I was like, no, I will text or I will email. And, like, now I'm like, it's fine. It's way faster to just call them and talk about it and get it over with instead of this back and forth or waiting for them to text me back. And so I think that it's just made me grow as a whole person. And like you said, with, like, juggling a lot and every day different. I'm in a different spot every day. I'm not working in the same building. I have different roles. So I've got to juggle all of those things. Plus having my kids is a whole thing.
It's a whole nother thing.
It's a whole other thing. But it's nice with the flexibility and freedom to be responsible for stuff like that. Yeah. That's added into the juggle. I love the flexibility. It's very nice.
That's definitely something I'm getting used to is the flexibility.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You went from what, like a 9 to 5 to, like, the flexibility that.
Yeah, I'm not used to this. Yeah. I'm very disciplined though, so I don't think that. I think it's going to be a good thing. I've been at it about a month now with Legacy, and I'm absolutely loving it so far. But the 9 to 5 for almost 10 years was beyond daunting, but I didn't know anything else. Right. Really.
Yeah, you were there at the previous company for how long? 10 years?
9 years. Yep, just over. Yeah, it was a long time, and it was a scary jump to leave, but it's the best thing I ever did. Like, I feel so light and free and happy. Oh my gosh.
I told you, change can be scary, but worth it.
It's so wonderful. Yeah. Yep, no regrets at all.
We're not even one letter.
Not even one letter. I just watched that. No, we're really happy that you have joined, and I knew that was going to be because I was there. I came from.
I feel like this was meant to be.
100%. When she called me, and I've thought about it a couple times, like being like, "Oh, to Legacy," but it's a jump. It's a leap of faith because it's a whole different ball game. And so I was like, I'm not gonna push her. And then finally she was like, I'm done. And I was like, perfect. You're coming over to Legacy. Like, you will love it. It is so much better, but it is an adjustment. And I remember being there and being like feeling like I needed to check in with somebody all the time to prove that I'm working. Yeah, like. Because it takes a while to, like, start producing, and so I was like, but guys, I swear I'm working. I'm trying my hardest, and then I'll be like, I'm like, I'm running 5 minutes late, and nobody cares. Yeah. I don't care what time you
I will text her, and I'm like, hey, I needed to get gas, and I stopped for coffee, and she's like,
why? That's fine.
Okay. She's like, okay, see you soon, love you, bye.
Yeah, like, it's, and then, like, okay, you have to leave early. Okay. No one because cares. you're in charge of your own income, basically. Yeah. So, like,
you're your own, like, business.
Yeah. So if you don't want to make money, you're not going to work. But I know she wants to make money. So I'm like,
she is a very driven individual.
Fine. Yes.
Yep. And if she wants something, she gets it. Because she doesn't have to give up. So I heard the state exam is a very difficult test.
It is. And it's really hard. They've got questions on there that don't count for your test. They're just like placebo questions. And so that's really fun. And then they try to trick you with the questions. So maybe all 4 of the questions, like the answers, are correct. But you have to find the most correct one.
Oh, God.
And then everything on the test does not prepare you for real life. Like, at all. During the test, they have you calculate income, which they have the easiest income ever with this. They have, like, salary income. Okay, that's easy. I can do that.
Yeah, at least if you
But then in real life, there's not a lot of people that have salary income.
No.
So there's like bonuses and overtime and time and a half and profit
Seasonal.
share and seasonal and self-employed and all of these different scenarios that they don't prepare you for on the test. I'm glad that they don't. But yeah, it's definitely a rough test. Very common for people to take it multiple times. I think the pass-fail rate, I think, is like 40% pass the first time. So it's rough, but after that, it's not too bad. You just do kind of never let that. That's for sure.
Yeah. You guys have to do the continuing education, right?
Yeah,
Mhm.
every year.
How many hours is it?
8. Okay. Yeah. And I will go to that continent ed. Say I got whether I'm doing mortgages or not. Like I'm gonna keep this license up so I never have to take that test again.
That's how I feel about real estate. I took it 5 times,
and that's super common.
And they throw those trick questions in there where it's like you kind of question it, and I'm like, that's why I took it 5 times because I was overthinking it because I just overthink everything, and I'm like, all right, let me come in with a different mindset. Like it's not this difficult, and it was basically common sense stuff. And I'm like, okay, this makes sense now.
Yeah, and when people go to take the test, they do what you did and like question yourself, and you can't. Don't go back.
Go with that first answer.
Go with the first answer, unless you get to another question that like makes the other answer very obvious. But other than that, like don't leave it. Yeah. It's probably correct or just change. Yes. So hit submit and see what happens.
So regret.
Yep.
Now, if you guys were, how do you handle burnout? Like if you're burned out, like what do you do to handle that?
Self-care, girl. So bubble bath, wine, loud music or podcast, true crime podcast, spontaneous vacays, or just shutting it all off. Shut off the laptop, shut off the phone, all of it. Just go outside, touch grass.
Some dirt in it.
Summertime, it's much easier to go touch grass. The winter, it does not help. It makes things tremendously worse.
That's why you go on vacation.
Yes. Yep. And yeah. Sunshine. Even if it's cold out, go get sunshine. It's just, you have to do things for your body because you're literally a houseplant with complicated emotions. Like, you have to take care of yourself.
I love that.
Yeah. Water, sunlight, food.
And reminding yourself to set boundaries for yourself. It's like, I want to make everybody happy. And I have to remind, like, I can't make you happy if I am not happy myself. Yeah. I have to remember to be like, it's okay that I don't answer them until tomorrow morning. If they text me at 11 p.m. Like, so people spend on silent for a bit.
I just started using that feature that the iPhones have where you can put it in a do not disturb mode. Don't know how to take it off, but like now I have it set up to where like after 9 o'clock my like phone just kind of like silences itself. It's a good thing and a bad thing because sometimes my kids will be upstairs and they'll text me, and like what if one of them's throwing up?
You can set it so certain people can come through. So I have mine set because mine goes at 11. It used to go at 8. I had better boundaries. Now I don't. But it goes at 11, and I have certain realtors that I allow to get through. Because if they're calling me at that time, that means like highest and best 11 p.m. I'm not joking. I will be in bed for a time payment.
People do it by 11 p.m.
I swear to God. And I've had even realtors like test me to see how fast I answer my phone, or if I answer my phone late at night, and if I don't, how fast I return the call.
Jimmy John fixed that.
Yes, but I mean they're good at what they do, so I call them back. I'm gonna answer. They know it.
And you want to keep those like good relationships too.
Absolutely. So that's why I'm like, I'll let you guys both come through, but I can't be waking up in the middle of the night with documents coming through on my watch because people are sending them to me, and then I'm just putting together my to-do list.
Like, oh, it's 3 a.m. I gotta work.
Yeah, and that's what would happen. So like,
yeah, boundaries is I think a big thing. I think setting those boundaries because it's hard for everyone. But especially in the industry that we're in, because it's literally like you're on the clock 24/7 way.
And that's what I tell people. They're like, when do you work? I'm like, I'm always working.
Right now, actually.
Always. Yep.
Boundaries are healthy, though.
They are. My son asked me if I could not work on Christmas Eve, and I was like, it kind of like punched me. Like, I really am always working. Yeah. And did I work on Christmas Eve? I did. I kept it minimal. Yeah, I was like, I'll just do what I have. Hey guys. But it's hard. You know that's all gonna just build up.
I have to remind my kids sometimes. Like we went to Disney a couple years ago, and I'm like, I have to work in order for you guys to do the things you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
So, but things aren't cheap anymore. You know, like it's insane.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you have more than one kid, and they all want to do sports, and it costs, for instance, I just paid like $75 for Taylor to play softball, and then Christopher, I think it was cheaper. It's just t-ball. That was $50, and then you have volleyball. That's $80,
and then there's
like
the shoes that go with it.
Yeah, which are like $100.
All the equipment.
Yep. The boys have been in like year-round basketball basically, so like every like 6 to 8 weeks, it's $400 between the two of them.
And they grow quick.
So then we need new shoes.
Yeah.
And then they're in soccer, and the other one's starting baseball. So that means we need all new stuff. We've never done baseball before.
Yeah.
So it's just.
I'm scared because my 10-year-old Emily, she wants to do dance, and me, I grew up doing dance. It is so expensive. The costumes, the like competitions that you go to, and I remember with us, we went to like Chicago every summer, and that's not cheap. We would go to Florida. We got to be in the parade at Epcot or wherever, Magic Kingdom. But no, none of that's cheap.
You don't realize
Kids are
that until
expensive.
you're older.
I don't even have them, and I'm like,
You have boys?
Yeah, I've got 2 boys that are biologically mine, and then I've got my stepson, and he's 14. So he's going to start driving.
I can't imagine the groceries.
It's
So,
insane.
Yeah, because boys, I feel like eat a lot more than girls do.
Yeah, they don't stop. And like,
Yeah.
all the time. And it doesn't matter what time of day. They're just hungry. They just want food, especially like when they're going through a big growth spurt. And like, Luke, my stepson, he's 6'1".
Holy cow.
And he is 14. Yeah. Yep. So you should see like when we go to Taco Bell, it's like 2 quesadillas and like 3 tacos.
One of everything.
Yeah, and then he's hungry 2 hours later.
they never grow out of that, by the way.
No. I remember my brother used to walk around with a gallon of milk and like a block of cheese.
What?
Yeah, and I was like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I don't feel like dealing with it. I'll go on." For real, his belly must have been great. He doesn't have a female belly. I don't know.
I love dairy, so like I'm constantly.
Jesus, like,
What is something that you guys are most proud of, whether it's like business related or
My resilience.
collaborative?
Just keep moving. Seriously,
Famous words of Dory.
yeah, just pushing through no matter what. No matter what you're going through, no matter what you've been through, it's just got to get done. Do it. Obviously, self-care is very important. You can't pour from an empty cup, but
Some people do.
right, it's very difficult. It's much more difficult to pour from an empty cup, but it's got to get done. I'm going to complain the whole time. You're going to hear about it, but it'll get done.
I think I've just really grown as a person. Like, I look back at like where I started and like even like emotions, like how I used to be a lot more hard, and like now I'm not, and I used to not be able to hug people because I didn't want that, and now I hug everybody and I love everybody, and I'm more
Extroverted. I was
yes,
gonna say you said
I'm more
you were an introvert.
extroverted, and I'm definitely more social because before I was not go to an event by myself. Are you kidding me?
That was me.
And
she
now
said
I'm
you
like-
guys were going Wednesday. I'm like, oh my god, can I sit with you?
Right, because it's that anxiety. Like, oh god, what if I
Yeah.
don't? Realistically, you're probably gonna know somebody, and even if you don't, what's the worst that's gonna happen?
I'm socially awkward. A lot could happen.
Same. I'm gonna say something ridiculous, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna stumble over my words, but like, it's really gonna live rent free in my head and not theirs. They're not gonna think about it again. They're gonna move on with their life. Everybody is thinking about themselves in like the not negative way.
In a good way. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that like my growth in general and my confidence, I really kind of got smacked in the face with it last week with realizing like, how much I have grown. I had a couple people make a couple comments about my knowledge in the mortgage industry, and they were higher up people, and it kind of just like, oh, I am an asset to this company,
gonna
and
make
I'm
you feel
not
good.
just like I
got to
know way
witness it.
more
It was
than I
great.
know.
It was.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
sure
Oh, it was
recorded
fantastic.
And I like literally looked at her and I was like, how did
Are they talking about me?
I'm like,
She's
how did I get here? And So, like, it's very cool to see, like, to look back at, and I can't wait to see how much more I grow.
Yeah.
Just from having to put myself in uncomfortable situations. All the
Yeah. How did you get to that point of putting yourself out there? Because I struggle with that. That's why I was like, Wednesday going by myself, I almost like didn't go because I didn't know anything.
Yeah. I think it was more, I have a deep-rooted fear of failure. And then for a long time, I was just a single mom. And I owned my home. So if I failed, that's all on me. And my kids are going to suffer. So there was no reason that, like, I could let myself fail. Right. It was just like, okay, well, this is uncomfortable. But, like, even your baby's being homeless, that's more uncomfortable. Yeah, so you're going to go do it. Yep. So it kind of just pushed me, and now here I am. Do it. You just got to do it. Rip the Band-Aid off. Band-Aid off. Worst is going to happen.
It's weird because you say you're introverted and had a fear of doing that, but I'm not very introverted. I'm very outgoing and stuff, but like just that scares me. Just going to events by myself, going anywhere by myself.
Yeah. I honestly started small. Like, I started going, like, on walks out of town by myself, where I went to the movies by myself. Because I was like, can you do it? Like, I did it. It was no problem. Nobody looked at me funny.
Have you gone out to eat by yourself? Because I have tried that.
I have too.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird, but
it's definitely a different situation. But I think that, like, those small things help you to be able to do things by yourself. Right. And not be scary anymore. Really.
Baby steps.
And nobody's paying attention. Like, have you seen those videos of, like, somebody just, like, screams something and everybody continues walking around the mall or whatever? Like, that's real life. Like, everybody's just doing their own thing. You're the star of your own movie. Nothing bad happens to the star. Like, and if it does, the end is always good.
We're going to go into a little bit more in-depth lending questions for you guys with a little twist. You guys have Pop Rocks. So you get to answer the questions with Pop Rocks in your mouth. And if you guys that are watching have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Okay, so what do borrowers need? I forgot the question. What do borrowers need? What do borrowers need for applying for a loan?
So, our recommendations are typically, aside from the immediate income documentation, make sure that you've got your ducks in a row prior to even considering. Make sure that you've got your employment. You've been at the same place of employment or in the same line of work. Excuse me. Steady employment is always something that we look for. Your assets, save money, save as much as you possibly can. We have all kinds of loan programs with all different down payment and closing cost options, and they're all different scenarios. But save as much as you possibly can. And then
Thanks.
So your credit history. Yeah. Any collections that you've got that you can take care of, it's beneficial that you do. Collections, charge-offs, things like that. Get your credit in tip-top shape as best as you can. Okay. Prior to applying. And then as far as documentation goes, have your W-2s so you don't have to hunt them down. Pay stubs, bank statements. Make sure all that's accessible. And then apply for a mortgage. And then at that point, you'd meet with your realtor once you get pre-approved.
Okay. I haven't had these in ages. Oh, almost.
You're going to be drooling everywhere. There's one just popped in my throat.
So, what do you look for in a lender when you're referring one of your borrowers with? Sorry, we'll try again.
So, okay. When I try to get my clients a lender, first thing I look for is turnaround time and how quick they are, making sure that I can't stop focusing on this popping in my mouth. So I make sure they have a quick turnaround time, make sure they're organized, and I also want to make sure that they're going to vibe with my client. Because I have had clients before where they're not feeling that lender, so they want to try someone else. So that's about it, though.
Yeah, that's fair. I think that each buyer /borrower works different with other people.
Yeah. I feel like a main important thing is that they can mesh well.
Mm-hmm.
They're not trying to make friends. I understand that, but it makes the thing easier to process.
Because they have to trust the lender. And if they're not vibing, they're not going to trust us.
Yeah.
And that's a huge part. Just trust that we know what we're doing. And
Right.
we're only asking for what we need.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'll wait on the hot top rack.
All right. So what is hot take? What is the hot take on the current market?
I keep hearing that there's not enough inventory for all of the pre-approvals that are out there. They're having a really hard time finding a home, but rates are going down, so it's easier for us to pre-approve, but aren't really find a house. So hopefully this spring it starts to take off. That's usually how that goes.
The spring market. Low inventory. But like you said, rates are coming down. That's a good thing. Where are they at right now? They're like,
depends on the loan program, depends on the person, but high 5s to high 6s basically is where you're at. You might find an outlier here and there, but that depends on the loan. Like a jumbo loan, you're going to have a higher rate because you're more of a risk. But overall, high 5s, mid high 6s.
all right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today. It's been a pleasure. Thank you guys.
Thanks for having us.